Hello there, friend. I am Melissa Joy and welcome to my channel, Joy to the World. I am happy to have you here. Now, you might hear some blue angels flying in the background, ripping the atmosphere, but I think their show is wrapping up now. And I did a wind check to see how that's going, so hopefully we'll be okay here. And by the way, if this is your first time here, welcome. If you are at this channel, it is obvious you've been drawn into some higher wisdom, some personal gains, some growth and development of stepping into your fulfillment and satisfaction, your personal fulfillment and satisfaction. That is the overarching view of this channel, is bringing it back into your truth, into yourself. Some people get ready for their glow up. I say, are you ready to show up? This is the wake up call. You are awake now, friend, and let's get moving forward. So this is going to be a bonus read. This is going to be a wild or a wacky Wednesday. I mean, amazing things are already happening. Like the Wonka Veda went through the roof. Crown chakras are opening today, and I love it. Rat. All right. Rabbits coming in with recognize your significance and guinea pig, do your part to illuminate. So maybe those are just undergirding, since rats seem to pop right on up. So who is coming out here for our wild or wacky Wednesday read? We have the Kingfisher, very much a beautiful contributor to our day here for a wild and wacky Wednesday. Be patient and focused. So it's like there's an inkling of an idea, a little bit of discernment and knowing coming in that you don't quite have the words or the ability to put your finger on yet, but you're honing in. So let's hone in. Let's hone in and see what this is coming up. We got some cosmic seems to keep peeking from under my knee. Now, just a second, that wind is a byproduct of their flyby, so it'll ease off in just a second. Strike up the band for love. And that lover self, is the part of you that went missing some time ago. And you're like, some time ago, think back, when was the last time that life felt full color? That you felt free and curious and excited and like just stepping out on the adventure before you could even totally put your finger on it. I was talking to somebody yesterday here in this area when I was leaving. They were asking what was I doing, and so anyways, I started to explain a bit, and then we went back to talking about what it was like growing up, because we're both a bit older. And Greg, if you're showing up, hi there. He works out here. And it was that used to, if you kind of started to feel a slump, you'd go for a ride. You'd go create some joy. You'd go find the whoop-de-woo where you could hit that bump and almost bottom out and then go flying. All right, doing these things to pick up your spirit. Feeling the winds calling you. Ooh, somebody, it might be some wind in the willows, because this is what is coming forward, but this is the background noise. This is your truth. This might be your reality right now, friend. Hang on. This is your truth. So it sounds like a wild ride, friend, because if we're going from 9 of Swords to 10 of Pentacles, it is like trying to destroy that maniacal mind and maybe maniacal people. And you're like, don't tangle up with the people. This is that bit of the dragon. It's that energy and that balance that we often try and find balance with people or the world around us to make peace, to get along, to whatever else. But this is about coming inside of you and finding out how to make peace with yourself so that you don't undermine and undervalue who you are. Pretty powerful. Ooh, good Lord. All right, there's a strong essence of Gemini showing up here, so you might check out what planet is going on in the Gemini of your chart or what house it's in. You could do a little research, find out a bit more about that. It's like just coming from everywhere, being involved or being in situations where people are indiscriminate of how they use their words. They just go launching and hurling and do whatever they feel, whatever they think. Where you're coming from a cultivated place, and it's not putting others out and putting you here, but somewhere in the background, wow, you can hear it in your mind, but you can't see it. All right, I want you to see your value, to see your amazingness, to see your possessing of oneself, your royalty is what we would say here. And it's nice because it's going through the cycle. So it's like doing away with that moon-mindedness, these unconscious beliefs, these subconscious murmurings, maybe people who do little stabs or jabs and jeers and stuff like that at you, because that really takes an impact and a toll on how you're navigating life, and it makes your whole world crumble and fall down around you. All right, well, so give us a little bit more on this. Ooh, me, oh my, all right. Ignore all what's going on up here in the denial. We're getting down into the blue star right here. So let's get into the blue star, what you truly desire, your open heart. That's your safe space. Well, we're wanting it to come in and to birth into this greater world, this outer world, and not that moon-mindedness, your truth, my friend. Let's bring forth the truth here in this Wild Wednesday for our Joy to the World viewers. Let's see what we got. Clumps and chunks, there it's still coming. How do we open up to our crown chakra, our safe space, our blue star? Woo, coming for it. I see these. You're hung up here. All right, look at that power. So it's like, how does it really all come together? How does it all come together and be a benefit for me? Because all I know is that I respond this way, but I feel this way. I was trained this way, but I believe this way. Why am I doing what I don't want to do and not doing what I do want to do? That's a conundrum. That's a conundrum, but I'd say lift your head. There's been a big price already paid, and thinking that somehow that's how we get along with others is pay a price. But you know what? If a friend invites me over to dinner at their house, they don't take an admission toll, right? So if you're in relationship or friendship with people who you have to pay a price for, that's not a friend. Maybe you'll see him in the background, I don't know. That's not a friend. That's not a lover. And it's putting you in a position of teaching and continuing to reinforce and train yourself that that's just reality. That's how things are. And trying to like get treasures from a stump that you've already cut everything down, you've gone and done whatever you could for the situation, and you're still trying to get more from it. So you're trying to pull from the earth, and you're like, well, how do I do this? How do I do that? So you're in a kind of in a hard place, my friend. But the beauty is the magic is here. How does it all come together? Well, however you say it does. So let's see what's going on, because this is what knocked it out. This is what knocked it out. So there's a bit of like, stuffing it down when you already can't take it. Pushing down, trying to get in one more bite when you've slowed down, when you've slowed your roll and you're like, I couldn't eat another bite. And someone's like, eat it, take it, put up with it. Give me more patience. And we could say not just the people. Yeah, you can clean up some people in your lives by clearing them out, but also clearing out some of those mindsets and those energies, because that's what, let me see if they're still at the top. No, but that's what Cosmic was showing us, is a lot of it's on the mind. Things that are coming around from the back that you're still entertaining. Because the thing is when a thought shows up, we can think it's our thought, but we're not thinking beings. We're intelligent beings. We're creative beings. So if thoughts are coming around, they're suggestions. Your mind, your energy field is suggesting things to you. It's like, do you want more of this? Do you want more of this? And so if you agree and invite in, it's like, oh, yeah, they do. Oh, yeah, they do. But if you find that you're like tired of that, or you don't like how it's working out, be like, no, that's not me. I'm looking for joy, peace, happiness, well-paying job, respectful friends and family, that type of thing going on, okay? So this is that bit of your power and your creation, is like not totally knowing, like shrouded in this unknown, but having a little inkling of kind of what's going on here, kind of how to do this, and kind of how to step out into it. But there's a bit of trepidation, reservation, and some fear. That's this other darkness in here. That's that reality still trying to bully you, saying, well, you know what happens when you say no to me. And the one doing it is out here off the scene of the card. You know, when you say no to me, because it puts you into this lethargy, this slump. It puts you into this sloth, this laziness, this going back to sleep, this being under the heaviness, the weight, and the burden. We want that gone, right? We want that gone, because see, look at that. It's just still this overabundance. So, all right, we're talking about enough versus plenty. When you've had enough, you either speak up or you step off, right? If people aren't listening, then you just show it by your presence. But there's evidence here of just having to take it and take it and take it and take it and take it because you don't know what else to do. So let's see if we can get any other clues into what our friend can do here. Six of Swords. Move into your environment. All right, because if you're hanging out with a bunch of land turtles and you're a sea turtle, the sea turtle spends almost the entirety of their life in the water just coming out to reproduce. All right, but land turtles, like box turtles and things, they can sit there and they spend most of their time on the land, but then they can go chill on the logs, swim in the water some, but that's more where they go to feed. So there, it might seem like, hey, we should have a lot in common, but there isn't that much in common. And that's the difficulty, is maybe it's something in your personality, some of that Gemini energy of really wanting it to work out, really wanting it to bond, seeing the great things about that person and overlooking the difficulties, the challenges, or the issues. But it showed us in that swords going everywhere that it was a big issue for you. Because there was backstabbing, piercing in the heart, which lets me know either you or they, there's a bit of consciousness of knowing better but not doing better. Either like limiting time with this person or quit painting a turd, friend. I don't know, they're just saying it like it is. Stop painting the turd, stop painting the turd. Right, and awaken from that dream, from that sleep. This is the life. This is where you see your potential and you awaken to your abundance and you begin to have the sense of how to go about living, of how to step into that beautiful Ten of Pentacles energy that you are, how to allow it to become tactile, where you can touch it, taste it, feel it, smell it, and go to the bank and spend some of it. What? Have some pleasure. Not just always this penance and this making up. They're pentacles, not penance. All right? But see, this sleeping down here, this recovering down here, this hiding out down here, this don't know, not know, painting the turd, the whole thing, when you have this beauty going on. But see, in this case, that's a Luna moth that's showing up as more that lunar mind, kind of getting you wooed in, like, oh, wow, okay, look at this. But then it puts you in a hard place. It puts you in difficulty physically, because whatever it is about this particular connection or relationship that we're talking about here, or this pattern in your life, is it activates and drains your energy. It causes like this friction going on, that there's inflammation going on in your system, in your thoughts. Ooh, they doing a slow and low. They blowing all the smoke. They're blowing all the smoke. They're putting on all the show. They're putting on all the show, friend. They're putting on all the show. Putting the uplighting, the gold light on, hoping that you'll bite, that you'll take. But let me tell you, it's an energy exchange. Because that's the thing with all those swords. If they're wanting you to bite, or they're asking you to pay a price, and they ask you over for dinner, you're going to be on the platter. You're going to be on the platter, and it's impacting your wealth, your abundance, your finances, your bank account. You might be like, well, I'm not spending out that much, but you're also not gaining. You're not growing and you're not developing, because you're sacrificing that part of your life. And you're like, well, yeah, because wouldn't that be shallow of me? No. It's one of the modern currencies of how we keep a roof over our head, food going in our mouth, and these various other things, okay, at the bare principle of it all. But it's somebody asking you to sacrifice your basic needs just for little whims and whimsies that they have. And very, very cavalier and destructive. So there's that moth showing up again. This is that horned worm coming here to take the goods. I would say listen to the firefly and go off into your true nature. Get away from this night energy, this staying up all night, hanging out all night, chatting until you're exhausted and wondering why you're drained, and then you get sick, but they don't get sick. That's the thing, is you're measuring it based on how it's turning out for you and thinking that you're not good enough. Fark that. No. No. Know your worth, know your value, know your truth, know your power. And your power is to stay in it and diminish and leak and punch a hole in your boat and then have to get it back to shore as the jet ski shows up and there was only room for one. They're like, bye, see you later. And you're left with the trouble and the mess, my friend. I'm just going to leave it with that picture right there, because there is some knowledge. I say go for a swim, friend, and get yourself on the good foot. Thank you, James Brown. Huh? Good guy. All right? Don't do it again. All right? Leave me comments down below. Also, why don't you join the channel? I'd love to have you here. It's good to see you. I love you. Bye.